Rochester, Minnesota. My last sign in, I was mute, so hopefully people can hear me now. I took my case off my phone. I got a waterproof case, and let's hope people can hear me now. Well, we're going to have to find a fish out here anyway. We're looking around for the rainbow trout out here in Rochester, Minnesota. We're waiting for the bite. And I don't know where these rainbows are hiding today. But we're trying to find them. We're doing our darndest to try to find them. And the wind's starting to kick up. And I don't have my chest mount with me today, so we got you on the tripod. Hopefully you guys aren't going to blow over. Where are these fish hiding? They're hiding out here somewhere. How's everybody doing today? Hello, hello, hello. We're out here ice fishing in Rochester, Minnesota for rainbow trout. They stock this pond every 2 weeks. Yeah, looks like Foster, you're right. Sure is. You must be from in town. You from in town? We're here at Foster, all right. Rook, we're here at Foster. Yes, sir. Glad you could hear me. I had to sign out. I must have had the mute button on or something. Can you hear me? Okay. We're here at Foster Irvin Park in Rochester, Minnesota. Good. Glad you could hear me. Last room channel I signed in, I couldn't be heard. Been having audio problems. I don't know why. But it seems like the elusive trout are hiding today. They were biting about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I'm thinking they went down deep maybe. But we're going to have to look around for them. Okay. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's a beautiful day in Rochester, Minnesota. It's about 50 degrees out today. It's t-shirt weather. But I'm out here, I'm trying to find these rainbows. Sometimes they don't cooperate though. Yeah, where are these guys at? Well, I'm gonna have to go out a little further. They might be deep. I think the bite might have been early morning. I might have missed it. Come on, give me one or two stragglers at least. Sometimes you could be doing everything right and you're still not catching fish. You got to find them on this pond. It's about the size of 4 football fields. Got to find where they're swimming around at, if they're swimming around at all. All right, we're going to have to go deeper, I think. I think we're going to have to go deeper. That's what we're working with today. A little green woolly bug with a piece of red beaver tail on the end. Yes, sir. That's what we're working with today. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. How y'all doing? Glad to have you in my channel. Do you think you can get me by rod? Can't afford one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Can't afford a rod? What state you in? You in this state? I got extra rods. I could probably hook you up with a rod. Poor guy don't have a rod. Hello, 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 everybody. We're out here fishing in Rochester, Minnesota. We're fishing for rainbow trout. They stock it every 2 weeks here. What the hey, man? What did I do with that thing? Dropped it. Jeez. Good day to everybody. Hello, Austin Ponds. Colton Herron. You can't afford a ride? Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear it. Sorry to hear it, my friend. What state you from? Where's everybody from today? Yeah, it sounds back up. Yeah, I finally got it. DCP fishing. Yeah, I've been having some audio issues. Some of these cheap little separate audios you buy from China, they just don't work as expected. So I take the waterproof case off my phone. I don't want to ruin my phone, so I got a waterproof case on it. And sometimes the sound just gets really low or muffled. You got to turn your sound up, whatever you're listening from. But yeah, we're going to have to look for these rainbows. I think they're in the deeper part. They were swimming around earlier, and we're going to have to go find them. Let's see. We're going to have to go find them. Let's go. We're going to go to the deeper part, about the 25, 30 feet area. And see if we find these buggers. They're swirling up someplace. They're swirling up someplace. All right, let's try right over here. I can reopen this hole over here. Let's try right down there. We'll reopen that hole. There we go. Let's see if we find them down there. I got my trusty measuring stick, 20-inch measuring stick ruler on there. And I clean out the hole. You put it down there and you measure how much ice is under there. Okay, we got a good 10 inches there. That's plenty to stand on. Okay, let's go down there and see if we find any. Yeah, we're about 20 feet. Where are these rainbows hiding today? Well, thank you everybody for watching my channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. I do read the comments. and I'll try to comment back. I like interacting with you guys, but we need to find a rainbow. They stock this place. This is well stocked. Every 2 weeks they put in 600 to 1,000. This is a year-round, no season, special regulation fishing pond. Lanesboro Hatchery puts in all those fish complimentary, as long as you got a trout stamp for an extra $10 plus a fishing license. All right, let's find these buggers. Where are they at? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to bring that lure all the way up, drop it back down, bring it all the way up and drop it back down to attract the fish. If there's any in the vicinity, they'll come near it to check it out. And they seem to be hiding someplace in this pond. We're going to try to find them within the next hour. All right, that's what we're working with today. How's everybody doing today? We got a little green woolly bug with a little piece of beaver tail on the end. Beaver tail. The only thing is, you got to find a fish to bite it first. Hope everybody's doing well. Colton Herron. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Rook. Brad Wilson. Hello. Okay, let's find our next hole out here. We gotta find where these guys are hiding. These buggers are hiding someplace. Or else they're down very low in the water column, which they shouldn't be because the barometric pressure is high. They should be like right underneath the ice. That's where they should be. Okay, we'll open up this hole here. We'll open this up, see if they're down there. All right. And I'll scoop all the ice shavings out so I can, if I see a fish down there, I'll be able to see them. And then we measure how thick the ice is. The ice is 9 inches, 9 inches of ice. Just plenty to stand on. Let's see if they're down here. That's about 12 to 15 feet down. And we'll just start jigging it. Hopefully something's going to bounce against it. Then we're going to know a fish is down there when he bounces it. We're doing our best to try to find these trout for you today, guys. Stick around, like, subscribe, please. I'm trying to break 6,100 subscribers. I only need like 15. Yeah, we're doing our darndest to try to find these fish where they're hiding. So I'll jig up and down for about 5-10 minutes, and I don't see any fish swim by. I'm just going to go to the next hole. That's what I'll do. Let's try to find them. I'll punch maybe 10-20 holes out here. Let's see if we can find them today. Sometimes they're running high in the water column, sometimes they're running low. I think they're starting to go lower though. Come on, hit me. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. We're fishing out here in Rochester, Minnesota. They stock this every 2 weeks with 600 to 1,000 hatchery rainbow trout. We got a special regulation year-round fishing pond here. No season in, no season out. They put them in, we take them out. And I don't see nothing down there. I may have to find another hole. Okay, let's go to the next hole. I gave that one a good try and found nothing down there. Unless they're swimming around, and I'm just back up bad timing. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Austin Ponds, hello. Hi, Bruce. Somebody knows me. Dominic's Outdoors. Catch anything? No, not yet. I was down here with a friend, and he got about 2 or 3. I came down on the ice. They were biting immediately, but I didn't. I had a couple bites. That's it. But hello, Dominic's Outdoors. Check out Dominic's Outdoors. YouTube, please. Okay, we're gonna go to the next hole and see if we find these. Let's see if we find these trout. Got to go out sometimes. You got to look for them. They ain't just going to jump on your hook. I think they're running a little deep today. There we go. We can open up this hole. We'll open up this hole here. And then we'll try the one all the way in the far over the far there. Got about 50 degrees today. Beautiful day in Rochester, Minnesota. Yes, sir, but we still got ice. And I'm gonna measure it with my measuring stick. Okay, we get a little thinner out here. We got 7 inches right there. I got a 20-inch measuring stick on here, so I know how thick the ice I'm standing on. We got 7 inches here. All right, let's get down there and see if anything's down there. See if anything's down there. A little windy, 2 to 3 mile per hour wind. Feels good. Otherwise, you'd be sweating out here. This is t-shirt weather, Minnesota. T-shirt weather, I say. Got a little glare issue going on here. Catch anything? No, not yet. I'm giving it a try. I'm on like my 10th, 11th hole. Trying to find them. Trying to find them. They could be anywhere in this pond. It's not vast, but it is the size of about 3-4 football fields. There's one. There's one. I just seen him come up. He just came up and tried to nibble it. Okay, we're on them now. We're on them now. Yep, I see them. We're on them now, buddies. Stick around. We're going to catch very soon. At least I'm seeing them now. The bite isn't ferocious, but they're coming up and just nudging it with their nose. They're down deep, really deep. Now they swam away. Go figure them out. They came in, checked it out, and then boogied away. They're very timid this year. Very timid. I don't know why, but they are. So each batch they put in here from the hatchery is somewhat different, one way or another. Come on, where are you guys at again? Swim back in. Yeah, I gotta be about 15 to 17 feet down. We're in about 25 feet of water around here. The deepest part in this pond's about 34 feet. Used to be a gravel pit. And then underground springs kept on filling it up with water, so they just designated a pond. The city bought it and turned it into a trout sanctuary. Yeah, I seen those 2 or 3 trout that came in, checked out my lure, and then they just took off. And I guess we'll just try the next hole. All right, that's what we're working with today. Little green woolly bug with a purple piece of beaver tail on the end. That's beaver tail, all right. All right, let's go to the next hole. I'll clean this one out and we'll check down this one. And we'll measure the hole. See how thick this ice is here. We got 8 inches of ice here. 8 inches is plenty thick. Okay, we dropped it down there about 12 feet, 15 feet. I'm waiting to feel a bump. The fish will come swimming in and bump it with his nose or hit it with his tail. And then I'll make a UB come around and open his mouth, and then boom, you set the hook the second time around. But after maybe 5-10 minutes, I don't feel no bump. It's time to go to the next hole. Yes, sir. I don't like sitting on one hole too, unless you're catching a lot of fish out of the hole. If you get 2 or 3 out of one hole, it's worth another half hour, maybe an hour. And you know you're in the vicinity of a school. They swirl around in here, just like they do in the hatchery. They don't change. And every now and then, a little bit, 4 or 5 will peel off that tornado, that swirl, and start traveling around looking for food. Then they go back and start swirling. Sometimes the tornado's real high in the water column. Other times it's with the low pressure, it's pushed down and they go lower. They go down to the 15-20 foot range, and that's all the way out here. It's a beautiful day out though. It's about 50 degrees. It's t-shirt weather in Rochester, Minnesota. It'll only get better if the stock truck come rolling down the hill. Or if I start catching fish, it might get a little better. But we got to find them first. I think they're down really deep, if you ask me. Yep, I'm going to go down all the way to the bottom and then start bringing it up. Man, we're deep here. We are deep. That's got to be it. That's got to be the bottom. Let's see if we find them down deep. Wind's starting to kick up a little bit. I want my phone stand to blow over and you guys face playing on the ice. So I'll stick close to the phone here while I'm jigging. Hello, 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 everybody. I'll like and sub for luck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Xanderman or Xander, whatever. Thank you, thank you. Xander, that means he's probably European. That's where they get the Xanders in Europe. It's basically a walleye. We're about 20 feet, 25 feet down. And we'll slowly bring it up and jig some more. Still can't see that lower. I got to be about 20 feet down. There we go. Yep. Nothing down there. I think we're going to move on to the next hole. Yes, sir. Hello, welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe. Yeah, you could put a Bible verse in chat. Sure, why not? I am Catholic, just not practicing. I don't mind. Hopefully the Bible verses does something. It's something naming fishing. I'm sure there's something in the Bible pertaining to fishing, right? Okay, we're going to the next hole. Let's try the next hole. We're trying our darndest to try to find some fish, guys. So stick around, like, subscribe. All right, let's clean that one out. And my 20-inch ruler, we're gonna scoop out the ice, and then we're gonna measure the ice and see how thick it is. Okay, that's 7 inches. That's plenty, but it's getting thinner and thinner. I don't know. It's supposed to go up to 60 degrees in a couple days. I think some of this stuff is gonna melt, definitely. Okay, we'll go down about 10 feet. And we'll just start jigging. I think this is as far out as I'm going to go today. You know, some days I like to say, what a difference a day makes. Because some days you'll be down here, you put in your 2 hours, 3 hours. You might get a couple bites. Like I had about 5 bites when I first got down here. And then that was it. The trout turn on and then they turn right off. That's just the way the bite is. What a difference a day makes, though. The next day I could come down here and I could have 40 or 20. You just never know. Half the battle is finding them. What depth of water they're swimming at. If they're high or low. Though. Yes, sir, it is. How's everybody doing? Where's everybody from? I'm out here in Rochester, Minnesota. Okay, we got Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with every righteous right hand. Okay. Yeah, I know those picks I got around my neck are for safety. Yes, sir. There's my picks around my neck. If I was to go through right here, you take these and you poke it into the ice and you poke the other arm in the ice, and while you're kicking your feet, get on top of the ice, lay on the ice, and then roll away from the hole to distribute your weight across the ice if it's thin ice. You can't stand up immediately because you go right back in. Another thing is rule number 1, you never get near the hole when somebody falls in. That's why I got these 20 yards of rope, and I got this pick too, so I could save somebody else. Safety is a plus. And I measure every hole I'm on top of, just for my safe knowledge. Because in this pond here, they got underwater streams that sometimes start flowing and it ebbs out underneath the ice. So it might be 8 inches here and you go 10 feet away and it's only 2 inches or 3 inches. So it can be dangerous, especially when you're out on this side of the pond. The northwest side has all those underground streams. There's like 3 or 4. that randomly turn on and off. Now here comes the wind. Hang on. I don't want you going ice skating across the pond. I got you on the pedestal or the tripod today instead of on my chest. We're trying to find a rainbow trout down here that they stock every 2 weeks. They're bunched up somewhere and hiding. They were swimming around like an hour earlier. I don't know where they're at now. I think they migrated to some 20, 25 foot hole and they're just swirling around like a tornado. Like a rainbow tornado. That's what I call it, the rainbow tornado. And thank you for the Bible verse there. That's my Bible verse for the day, I guess. What does a good doctor and a good fisherman have in common? I'll repeat. Here's my joke of the day. What does a good doctor and a good fisherman have in common? Do 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 do. Time up. All right, it's called What Does a Doctor, Good Doctor, and a Good Fisherman Have in Common? It's patience. 2 different types of patience, but it's still pronounced patience. All right. Now that I'm done monkeying around, let's catch a fish. Yeah, they sometimes just swim around for an hour or two, and then they migrate back to their 20, 25 foot hole and swirl around instead of traveling around. And I think that's what happened today. Because I'm not seeing them now. But I'm out in the 25, 30 foot hole now and still not seeing them. They're pushed down deep. Oh, okay. We'll start. That's what I'm working with today. Little woolly bug with a purple piece of beaver tail. We'll find holes that are already punched out and start working our way off the ice. Yep. How's everybody doing today? Where's everybody from today? I visited Rochester and the lake was full of geese. Yeah, some of the geese, we got a lot of geese problem down here, especially during the summertime. The geese fecal matter can be all over the place. And some ponds have more geese than others. This pond doesn't really get that many geese because there's another pond next to it. That's where the geese go instead of here. You can hear them in the background right now, matter of fact. Okay, we're gonna start waking our way off the pond and we'll try all the holes that are open and see if we can find something. But I think the bite subsided. We'll still give it a try though. We'll sure give it a try. How's everybody doing today? It's a beautiful day out here in Rochester, Minnesota. Beautiful, I do say. Let's open up this hole. We'll try down here. We'll go onto the thicker ice. All right, let's see if anything's down there. We'll do a couple more. Yes, sir. A trusty stick, 20-inch stick, measuring stick for measuring the ice. To make sure I'm always on safe ice, nothing below 4 inches. And what we got here is 8 inches of ice. 8 inches. We're good. We're safe. So let's get down there and see if we find anything. About 10 feet down there. And we'll start jigging and see if anything's hiding down there. Please like or subscribe or comment. I do like to interact when I'm doing these shows. It's kind of fun hearing people from all over the world or all over the United States tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Put that jig down there all the way where you can just barely see it and start jigging. When you see a silver flash, you know the fish are swimming around it. And I'm not seeing any swim around down there, so I'm going to go to the next hole. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go check out the next hole. There we are. The next two here. Clean up the one over here. All right, let's see if we find anything down here. Down there about 12, 15 feet. And we'll wait to feel a bump. When the fish bumps against it, we know they're down there. It's getting exceptionally warm though. It used to be 1 to 3 inches of snow on this ice. Yesterday it was like 50 degrees and that melted it. And now the ice is exposed. Now, today it's going to get 50 degrees. Maybe a 1/4 inch of ice will peel off here until the night, it gets around freezing. But if we start having like 3 or 4 days of high temperatures above freezing, it's going to start peeling inches of ice off this place. A lot of places it's 7 inches of ice, others are like 12 and 13 closer in. So what's going to be dangerous about this is the uneven amount of ice that's on here. And the way people fall in is early ice or late ice. And that's why I got all my equipment here, in case I got to save somebody. Or save myself. If I'm the only person down here, I can save myself. Rule number 1, you never get near the hole. When somebody falls in, you're not going to get next to them and pull them out. You're going to end up in. So either call a professional or find somebody with rope like me. I got a rope and a clamp. You can put it around your waist and I'll pull you out from a distance. Never get near the hole. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the water too. Yeah, I don't see no silver flashes coming in and swimming out, so I don't know where all these fish went. They're all bunched up somewhere. That's what I call a rainbow tornado when they bunch up. They swirl around. I think I'm going to try that last hole over there. And then I'm going to sign out because it's going to be another day when you start catching. Unless they turn on later in the afternoon. Yeah, the pressure's high. They should be swimming around, but they're not for some reason. Very finicky. Very fickle fish. There's a lot in here. They put 600 to 1,000 every 2 weeks, so nobody ever catches them all. And they start bunching up in here like they would in the hatchery. All right, let's try that last hole, huh, guys? There we go. We'll try this last hole here and see if anything's down there. Please like, subscribe. All right, well, we gave it a good try. And I think another day is probably best thing to do instead of wasting 3 or 4 hours down here. Our best strategy would be come back another day. You could spend hours and hours down here and just get a couple nibbles. But, you know, you come back the next day and boom, it's hot as hell. So that's the way that fishing is here in Rochester, Minnesota. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Please consider liking, subscribing, and all that other fun stuff. And I need to cook up a trout. Yeah, I usually don't keep catching fresh shore lunch. Yes, that's, if I do it that way, the fresh shore lunch. Yeah, I'm allowed 2 lines, but I just don't do 2 lines because, you know, sometimes it's hard to keep up with 2 lines. How many lines? You could have 2 on the ice and 1 on open water. Okay, people, I think I'm going to sign out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching today. I got some honeydews to do today. And I'll come back another day, so, you know, please consider subscribing. I'm going to do live shows, you know, from close to 2-hour shows, 2 times a week at least. Yeah, maybe 4. Have a great day yourself. Thank you, Magoo. Mr. Magoo, you've done it again. Good day, folks.